Beer in 2026 isn't what you remember. These 15 brews are rewriting the rules. From light lagers to bold new beers, America's brewing more innovation than ever. These are the beers redefining taste, tech, and tradition, ranked from worth a sip to clear your weekend for this. 15. Coors Banquet. Coors Banquet isn't trying to be trendy. It's doubling down on what made it iconic. Brewed in Golden, Colorado since 1873, Banquet carries that malt-forward backbone that feels handcrafted even at macro scale. Each sip lands heavy with grain sweetness, faint honey notes, and a snap of bitterness that lingers just long enough to remind you this is beer, not seltzer. What pushes Banquet back into relevance for 2026 is nostalgia colliding with quality fatigue. Drinkers burnt out on thin ultralights are rediscovering Banquet's solidity, the beer you actually taste. Its caramel hue, smooth carbonation, and mountain water marketing suddenly feel authentic again in a market craving honesty. Banquet is back in tailgate coolers, dive bars, and brewery flights as a calibration beer. The taste of simplicity done right. Not sophisticated, not experimental, but proudly dependable. Sometimes that's revolutionary enough. 14. Heineken. There's a reason every bar fridge from Houston to Helsinki stocks that familiar green bottle. Heineken has survived trends, wars, and craft explosions by staying ruthlessly consistent. But 2026's version feels sharper. Refined brewing controls, carbon-neutral operations, and a crispness that's becoming the template for modern pilsners. Its noble hop aroma still hums faintly grassy, while the finish bites clean and dry. But beneath that simplicity lies the genius of calibration. Heineken doesn't chase intensity, it perfects neutrality. That's why it remains the international handshake of lagers. Recognizable, crisp, socially acceptable anywhere on Earth. In the US, Heineken's sustainability focus in zero alcohol, 0.0 line, keep it modern. Younger drinkers see it as legacy with conscience, classic European taste without the corporate guilt. It's not the most daring beer on this list, but it's the one you can confidently hand to anyone, anytime. 13. Samuel Adams Boston Lager. Before craft beer became a personality, Samuel Adams made flavor mainstream. In 1984, Jim Koch brewed the first Boston Lager with a mission to wake America's taste buds. 4 decades later, it's still that reliable bridge between watery macro lagers and full-bodied craft monsters. Amber in color and layered in personality, it pours with caramel sweetness and spicy noble hops that dance in harmony. The malt backbone gives it warmth, the carbonation keeps it crisp, and every swallow feels earned. Sam Adams didn't invent balance, but it certainly perfected it for the average drinker. 2026 finds it in a sweet spot. Craft snobs respect its legacy. Casual fans rediscover it after realizing cheap and light no longer means better. It's a beer that educates without preaching, introducing complex taste in a friendly accent. That's why Boston Lager still matters. It taught America that flavor and approachability can live in the same glass. 12. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. If American craft beer had a Mount Rushmore, Sierra Nevada's Pale Ale would be carved front and center. It debuted in 1980 when hoppy was still an insult. Yet this Chico, California icon taught a generation to appreciate pine, citrus, and malt in equal measure. In 2026, its recipe remains virtually untouched, and that's the secret. Cascade hops still drive that grapefruit zest and floral aroma, balanced by rich caramel malt that softens every sip. It's bold but not aggressive, classic yet still shockingly current. As the IPA trend splinters into hazy this and double dry that, Sierra Nevada stands like a compass, pointing back to where balance began. Breweries across the country still use it as a flavor benchmark, and for drinkers, it's the perfect reminder that bitterness, when done right, is beautiful. You'll find it everywhere from tap rooms to gas station coolers. The packaging has evolved, but the heart hasn't. Sierra Nevada remains America's first real, wow, beer can taste like this moment, and it still delivers that punch 45 years later. 11. Firestone Walker Pivo Pills. If Coors Banquet is the American classic reborn, Firestone Walker's Pivo Pills is the modern perfectionist's answer. Brewed in California with German precision, it's a Pilsner that actually reminds you why Pilsners dominate global competitions. Each pour glows pale gold, capped with persistent foam that smells faintly of white pepper, lemon peel, and fresh bread crust. Pivo doesn't chase gimmicks, it chases clarity. The mouthfeel is snappy, bone-dry, and effervescent, while Saz and Sapphire hops deliver a tight herbal bitterness that cuts through rich food like a scalpel. In 2026, when crisp is the trend and sessionable, the holy word, Pivo sits comfortably on its throne. What sets it apart is discipline. Every batch tastes identical, an obsessive commitment that mirrors the best German breweries. Yet there's something West Coast casual in how it drinks, approachable, refreshing, and deceptively complex. For anyone tired of syrupy hazies or bloated pastry stouts, Pivo Pills is a palate reset, a cold glass of precision. It doesn't scream for attention, it earns it. Quick pit stop. If you're into honest rankings and cold pour storytelling, hit that like and subscribe. It tells YouTube we've got great taste, and it keeps you in the loop for the next pour of this countdown. All right, back to the list. 10. New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo Ranger isn't just a beer line, it's a full-blown character. Launched by New Belgium, this skeleton-faced ranger cracked the code on how to make IPA both cool and drinkable again. While other brands drowned in bitterness or hazy gimmicks, Voodoo Ranger built an empire on balance. Each can deliver citrus-forward hops, tropical fruit undertones, and a subtle malt warmth that grounds everything without weighing it down. In 2026, the Ranger's still on top. The secret? Accessibility. It's everywhere, from stadium coolers to neighborhood bars, and it's consistent. You know what you're getting: fresh aroma, crisp bite, and that cheeky branding that makes you smile before you sip. The franchise also evolves fast. Rotating styles like Imperial and Juice Force keep fans curious without betraying the core recipe. Voodoo Ranger is the IPA for people who thought they didn't like IPA. It's beer that understands the assignment. Hop-driven, smooth, and self-aware enough to make fun of itself while conquering the market. 9. Yuengling Traditional Lager. America's oldest brewery is having its moment again. Yuengling's traditional lager has survived wars, prohibition, and 4 generations of beer revolutions, and 2026 might be its sweetest revival yet. Brewed in Pottsville, Pennsylvania since 1829, this amber lager balances caramel malt richness with a touch of floral bitterness that keeps it endlessly drinkable. It's not flashy. It doesn't need to be. Yuengling's strength lies in authenticity, a beer brewed for working people that never tried to chase trends. As macros crumble under gimmicks, Yuengling thrives because it delivers comfort. The faint, toasty aroma, the smooth mouthfeel, and that perfect midpoint between light and heavy, it's beer that feels like coming home. The brand's quiet expansion westward and renewed national distribution make it a crossover success, drawing both nostalgic locals and curious new drinkers. Yuengling proves one timeless truth: sometimes the most forward-looking beer is the one that's never lost its roots. 8. Asahi Super Dry. Asahi Super Dry doesn't beg for attention. It commands it with silence. Brewed in Japan using a proprietary Karakuchi process, this beer set the benchmark for the modern dry lager. Each sip is a masterclass in restraint. Crisp carbonation, whisper clean malt, and a snap finish so pure it almost vanishes before you notice it. In 2026, Asahi's rise in the US reflects a shift in taste. Drinkers want clarity, not clutter. Restaurants from Los Angeles to New York are adding it to their taps, pairing it with everything from sushi to spicy wings. Its dryness cuts through grease, spice, and sweetness like a palate-cleansing sword. What makes it special isn't just its flavor, but its engineering. Every batch is brewed with an obsessive eye for balance. No sweetness, no heaviness, just refreshing precision. It's not the loudest beer in the room, but it's the one everyone finishes first. Asahi doesn't chase trends, it perfects the timeless. 7. Guinness Draught. Few beers carry an aura like Guinness. Pour it and the cascade begins. A hypnotic swirl that settles into a creamy, tan-capped pint of quiet perfection. In a world chasing newness, Guinness stays immortal because it transcends novelty. The roasted barley gives that signature cocoa note, the nitrogen smooths it into silk, and the light bitterness keeps you coming back for another slow sip. In 2026, its relevance feels renewed. The rise of low ABV, sessionable beers puts Guinness squarely in fashion again. It's only 4.2%, but it drinks like something richer, dessert without the guilt. And with the U.S. Open Gate Brewery pumping out innovative variants, Guinness is proving tradition and experimentation can coexist. This isn't just beer, it's ritual. The pour, the patience, the first creamy taste. It's an experience that makes time pause. Guinness doesn't evolve. The world evolves to remember why it mattered. 6. Modelo Especial. Modelo Especial has managed what few imports ever could. It crossed from summer favorite to year-round staple. Brewed in Mexico City since 1925, this golden Pilsner-style lager now sits atop America's bestseller charts, and it's easy to see why. It pours brilliantly clear with a snow-white head and aromas of honeyed grain, mild hops, and sun-warmed bread. The flavor follows in perfect proportion: sweet malt up front, subtle citrus, and a crisp, dry finish that cleanses the palate without vanishing completely. Modelo's genius lies in its balance. It's full enough to satisfy craft beer loyalists, yet smooth enough for casual drinkers. The branding whispers elegance rather than shouting import luxury, and the experience matches: refreshing, consistent, quietly confident. Whether paired with tacos, grilled chicken, or a late-night conversation, it complements rather than competes. By 2026, Modelo Especial has become more than a beer. It's a cultural bridge. It dethroned Bud Light not through controversy, but by delivering dependable flavor wrapped in authenticity. Smooth, golden, and endlessly drinkable, it's not trying to be the best. It simply tastes like it already is. 5. Athletic Brewing Run. Wild IPA non-alcoholic beer used to mean almost beer. Then Athletic Brewing's Run Wild IPA showed the world what full flavor without the fog could taste like. Born in Connecticut, it's brewed with the same hops, malt, and precision as any premium IPA. Only the alcohol quietly steps out of the picture. The result is astonishingly complete: pine, citrus, caramel malt, and a crisp, bitter finish that lands clean instead of hollow. Run Wild isn't just a drink, it's a movement. In 2026, NA beer isn't the awkward choice, it's the smart one. Runners, professionals, and anyone chasing clarity after 5 still reach for it proudly. The packaging feels athletic, the marketing confident, and the flavor so authentic that even seasoned IPA drinkers double-check the label. What makes Run Wild exceptional is intent. It's not pretending to be something else, it's redefining what beer means. It lets you keep the ritual, the glass, the aroma, the unwind, without the aftermath. Athletic Brewing didn't just make a great NA beer, it made not drinking feel powerful. 4. Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. Bell's Two-Hearted Ale is what happens when a brewery gets it so right, it never has to chase the market again. Brewed in Kalamazoo, Michigan, this copper-hued IPA has spent decades at the top of Best Beer in America lists, not because it's trendy, but because it's timeless. Its backbone is 100% Centennial hops, delivering an orchestra of pine, grapefruit, and floral citrus that balances on a caramel malt base, like a tightrope act in perfect control. Every sip hits the same 3 beats: fragrant nose, sharp bite, and clean fade. No haze, no fruit puree, no glitter, just a beautiful, unfiltered balance between bitterness and drinkability. Two-Hearted doesn't scream for attention, it just quietly proves, year after year, that mastery needs no remix. In 2026, as the IPA world swings between sugar-soft hazies In bitter hop nostalgia, Bell's remains the middle path. Bold yet smooth, old school yet ageless. It's the beer that taught drinkers what balance feels like. Whether poured in a dive bar or a Michelin-starred restaurant, Two Hearted belongs anywhere good taste is respected. It's not chasing the future. It is the foundation the future keeps coming back to. 3. Allagash White. Allagash White doesn't need to shout to change a room. It just arrives, glowing pale gold under a cloud of foam, and everything slows down. Brewed in Portland, Maine since 1995, this Belgian-style wit beer taught America that beer could be soft, elegant, and profound all at once. The aroma is hypnotic. Orange peel, coriander, and faint clove weaving through creamy wheat. The taste follows like a sigh, silky, citrusy, perfectly balanced between brightness and body. Every sip feels curated, like a fine meal served in a tulip glass. What makes Allagash White timeless is its refusal to bend. While craft beer chased IPA, extremism, and pastry stouts, Allagash stayed faithful to finesse. It's the beer sommeliers recommend without irony, the one that pairs with oysters, roast chicken, or nothing but good company. In 2026, it remains the gold standard of refinement, proof that subtlety outlasts shock value. Even its brewery embodies integrity, sustainability, employee ownership, and consistency at scale. Allagash White isn't trying to impress you. It's reminding you how good beer can taste when brewed with purpose. It's not loud, it's not trendy. It's eternal, glowing quietly in every glass it fills. 2. Heater Allen Pils. If you've ever wondered what perfection in a glass tastes like, Heater Allen Pils answers without a word. Brewed in McMinnville, Oregon, this small batch masterpiece has quietly become the North Star for American lager purity. Every pour gleams pale gold with diamond clarity, crowned by a tight white head that refuses to fade. The aroma drifts between wildflowers, cracked grain, and that faint noble hop spice you only find in true German-style pilsners. The first sip hits like symmetry. It's crisp but never harsh, bready without heaviness, and ends with a snappy bitterness that vanishes before overstaying its welcome. There's restraint in every molecule, a brewer's meditation disguised as a pint. In an era of neon-colored beers and sugar-loaded novelty stouts, Heater Allen Pils feels almost rebellious in its simplicity. What makes it so captivating isn't just flavor, it's fidelity. Each batch is brewed with obsessive care, manually monitored for temperature, timing, and balance. No shortcuts, no automation. The result is a beer that humbles both drinkers and brewers. It's the rare pint that makes silence fall over a crowded bar because everyone, consciously or not, knows they're tasting craftsmanship at its purest form. In 2026, as lagers reclaim the craft throne, Heater Allen Pils doesn't chase the crown, it embodies it. 1. Pliny the Elder. Some beers earn fame. Pliny the Elder earned reverence. Brewed by Russian River Brewing in Santa Rosa, California, this double IPA isn't just iconic, it's foundational. Released in 2000, it didn't ride the craft wave, it created it. Even now in 2026, when the IPA market has mutated into countless sub-styles, Pliny still sits unbothered at the summit. Pour it and the aroma alone announces authority. Resinous pine, orange zest, a whisper of floral bitterness that hits before the foam even settles. The taste is a masterclass in balance. Sharp hops up front, caramel malt grounding the mid-palate, and a crisp, dry finish that never drags. Despite its 8% ABV, it drinks frighteningly smooth, refreshing instead of punishing. What keeps Pliny immortal isn't just flavor, it's reverence. Fans still line up on release days like pilgrims at a shrine. Breweries still compare their newest IPAs to it like students submitting homework to a master. Yet despite the mythology, Pliny remains humble. Available on tap, unpretentious, perfectly crafted for pure enjoyment. In an age obsessed with constant reinvention, Pliny the Elder proves that timelessness beats trendiness. It's the rare beer that feels like a conversation between past and future. Bold, disciplined, unforgettable. 26 years later, It's still the yardstick by which every IPA is judged, and most still fall short. And that wraps up our 2026 beer ranking. The brews shaping the future, one pour at a time. Which one's your go-to and which did we totally underrate? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us, should the next ranking be vodka, whiskey, or tequila? Your pick decides.